Okay, today is Sunday, November 16, 2014. Hope everybody is enjoying the weekend and getting ready to resume trading tomorrow. I'll take a look at the market and then take a look at some of the momentum stock along with a few gold ETF. So let's start off with the S&P 500. The S&P 500 has continued to make new high, and you can see that been putting up with these doji. So when you see these kind of doji, it usually mean there's some indecision, and sooner or later, the market will make a directional move, okay, either up or down. So basically, you have to pay attention to these kind of candles, and you can see that we have three of them in a row. So definitely something is gonna take place. And looking at the breadth of the market, it seems to indicate because it is kind of overstretched. So I think the chances are we will see a little bit of a pullback. And if we do see a pullback, most likely probably see a pullback maybe coming back down to, maybe at this level here, somewhere around this, 2012, and then possibly get down to, retest these, higher support or resistance level here. This 1987, 1985, that area. So kind of just have to pay attention to that, those possibilities. And then looking at the Dow Jones Industrial, you can see also the Dow Jones similarly, making some doji, and then we also got a little bit of a candle here on the inside bar here. So essentially, we're probably looking for, to see which way you're gonna break, because we want to see this candle here. Oops, let me fix that. So we'll see, these, the low or the high on this engulfing candle. If it's going to break down, then most likely we probably will see some retracement level again, maybe getting down back here. That's the first level that we might want to check. So and then getting back down here at these levels here. So those are the two levels that, if the market start pulling back, we probably see these potential support level get checked. Okay, then the other one is, also could see the transportation. Transportation been kind of weak now. It's not confirming the, the Dow Jones all-time high. So based on the Dow theory, that's kind of, giving us a little indication that the Dow is going to turn down. Otherwise, the transportation have to come back up and make a new high, and then go reconfirm with the Dow Jones Industrial. But right now we're essentially looking at the transportation showing a little bit sign of weakness. So it's kind of give us an early indication that there could be a pullback coming on the Dow Jones Industrial. And you can see that we got a little bit of a shooting star type of a candle here after a little bit of a hangman doji, sort of a candle. So all these, kind of indecision, turning point type of a candle. So just be aware of that. Then the NASDAQ 100, although it made a new multi-year high, again, you see this little bit of a hangman candle here. So again, it's kind of give us a little bit forewarning that, a pullback could be coming. So, and if we do see a pullback, we probably see these kind of level, maybe get checked, right? Oops, let me, so these level here. And then looking at the Russell 2000, the Russell 2000, you can see we've got what we call a tweezer top, because if we go and add this these two candles, you can see it's more like a graveyard doji, right? Okay, so if I do this, you see this, right? Basically, I just sum up those two candles. You see this, it's like a graveyard doji or a shooting star. Okay, so that could be a little bit of a bearish candle as well. So those are the stuff that you have to pay attention to. Remember, a lot of time that I talk about that during the trading section, I talk about, back to back or side to side type of candle, and you can basically kind of see visually by summing it, adding it together, you could get that, resulting shooting star or a Greystone doji. And then you got this little bit of a doji candle or spinning top to call it. So look like the Russell might be start heading down. So we got to be careful. Usually, when that start coming down, we probably see the general market will also fall along with it eventually. Okay, so and some of the level that we might be looking at when it come down is probably come down and fill this gap here. Okay, okay. Because right now it's already sitting somewhere around this particular support area. So once it break down, we'll most likely see this coming down to this 1155, 1156. Right, then maybe you also eventually come back and check this 1114, 1115 area. Okay. So that's basically the general view of the market. It seems to be a little bit lofty, so we kind of have to be aware of that. And we have, essentially 4 consecutive up week on the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones. So we're getting to that area of expecting a weaker pullback or so. Okay. So let's take a look at Apple. Apple has been really strong. You can see that it broke through that 110, and right now sitting at 114. Okay. And if we go and take a look at the fib line here on some of the retracement, I believe one point I have this Fibonacci retracement, and we got this 141. Essentially, it's sitting at that 114 level, and right now basically targeting this 161 somewhere up at this 118. If this thing continue to move on, it is getting a little bit euphoric right now. So don't be surprised to see a little bit of a pullback from Apple fairly soon. Okay, so. And then we'll take a look at Alibaba. Alibaba is also putting a little bit of a doji last Friday. Again, you see this 2 candles. You sum this up, you also can kind of get a doji candle as well. So let's do that. You see, here's that little doji, right? A shooting star type of doji. So you got 2 indecision doji here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Alibaba gonna come down, and maybe do a little bit of a consolidation. Okay. And then on Facebook, Facebook been trying to get back up to that 76 level. Right? If we take a look at this trend line here, at one time I have this trend line here that's basically pushing up on the 76. Now, even though if I adjust it, let's say it's still riding on this trend line, but I still expect it to, see it to make it back up at, this particular earning gap here when it opened up at this level here, somewhere around 76. So I had to get back up above this level before it could maybe make it up here and fill this particular gap here. Right? Okay. So although, Facebook on the surface, it seems like it's holding on, but I think it's just a matter of time before it, break this trend line and start coming down, maybe possibly retest this level at this, 68 level here somewhere. Okay, over here, and then, well, it's gonna come down and do this, this level here for support. And you can see there's a 200-day moving average here, so a lot of people will be watching that moving average for whatever reason. So, and then we'll take a look at Twitter. Twitter, you have that analyst day, and it's kind of got a little bit pop there, but it just could not be sustained. Right? You see this this day that it came up, and then the following day it opened up and then fall back down. So again, you take a look at this. This is pretty sort of a bearish type of candle if you add it up, right? See, here's that little doji. So it's like a shooting star doji, although it's the bottom there, but it tells you that the longs kind of bought it up and then just could not hold it up there and just came back down. Right? But the worst thing is the following day when it opened gap up and just couldn't even hold it, it just sold off throughout the day. So that's pretty bearish. And even though Friday it was trying to recover a little bit. So again, basically you have to look at some of these levels here, right? Essentially it's this 43 area that I've been talking about, that it has to get above this. When I say it has to reclaim it or get above it, I mean it has to close above that in order, for that thing to, for that stock to show that they have enough strength to hold that particular level. Okay, if it's on an intraday basis, it doesn't mean too much, right? Because there's a lot of gamesmanship being played on the intraday. So it's the close that is what really matters. So if this doesn't get back about the 43, it makes sense you're looking at it somewhere down here at this 38, 39 level, and eventually maybe get back down to this particular level here, somewhere around the 35, and who knows? I mean, it's possible to come down to this 30 as well. All right. And then on Amazon, okay, Amazon posted a chart there earlier on Twitter, and essentially we're basically looking at a little bit of a descending triangle here, because if you look at this here, right, so you're basically seeing a descending triangle with this as the base of the triangle, right? Okay, so again, it's basically we're looking for this thing to break above this this particular trend line here. Okay, so and then maybe get back up at these pivot level here. But beware that right now Amazon is in an overbought state, so you might not want to chase it. Okay, because it might give you a little bit of a false breakout and then pull back, because it had a nice run from down here, right, and it just came up. So maybe it shoots through this trend line and then pull back a little bit. And if it consolidates, look for a candle that give you a good setup to go in. Because right now this it's kind of in an overbought situation right now. Then on Netflix has been kind of holding here. It's trying to make a move. Okay, and right now it's seems to be holding at this particular level here. I'm looking for this thing to break below this 378. Then essentially I'm looking for it to come down and retest this level. But it might have a different idea. If it break above this level here, it could come back up here. So essentially, these are the levels that I'm watching. Right? If it could break above this 396, then I'm basically looking for this thing to come up. Let me drag this down so you can see the price here. So then it might come up to this 419, 420 area. But if it break below this 378, 376, somewhere around there, okay, and I'm basically looking for to come back down and possibly, we take this level out, okay, right, this level here. Look at this. Okay, so this 330, and then possibly get down at this level here, the 312. So that's basically what I'm looking at on Netflix, right? So it's the critical level is this 396, and this 378, 377 area for it to break down or break out of this lower trading zone here, right? This kind of consolidation band, right? And then Google been kind of weak. You can see that it's kind of turning over. Trying to make a run, but seems to be just kind of making a lower high here. You can see this trend line here. Okay. So essentially, we'll probably see a little bit more weakness on the Google when we look at some of these price levels here. So we're probably looking at the okay. So it might be below somewhere around 548, and we could conceivably see it come back and test this level, and eventually get down to this level here. So it's the 520 and then 511, 510 area. Then the other one is Tesla. Tesla seems to be making a little bit of a run and trying to get back up at this particular level here. These levels. The 266, 267. It seems to be holding this trend line here. So, and right now it's kind of broke above this level here. Okay, right, so let's take a look at gold GOD. Right, GOD, last week we were talking about this pattern here. Right? It looked like a little bit of a bottom. And if I, flip this, then we could kind of look at it in the perspective of a top, right? So again, we essentially got a hammer candle and a doji. So it's sort of a doji candle. It's a little bit of a reversal, and then we kind of gap down. If we look at it from the top, on the top basis, by flipping this chart. So we got a gap down. So it's kind of telling you it's kind of breaking down, and it's trying to make it back up, but never get back above this high here. So it's kind of been coiling here, and then all of a sudden on Friday we got this big gap, open, and just sold off, or essentially it just got bought up, right? If we go back and take a look at the regular image of it, right? Essentially, here we got these, two inverted hammer type of candle. When you see this on the bottom, it's pretty much pretty bullish if you get a confirmation candle to follow up on that, and which we did on this particular day. You got this big gap opening, and it just rally all the way back up to and engulf these candles here, right? Then the following day we got a little bit of a sell off, but the thing is, it never got back to these bottom here, right? And this is kind of coiling over here, right? And then all of a sudden you got these little smaller candle, and got a little doji here. And on Friday we just kind of have this big engulfing candle, kind of engulf multiple candle. So right now it seems to be getting back up at this level here, right? So got a little bit maybe a resistance up here, okay? But most likely, after a little bit consolidation, going to come up and probably will, test this level here, or this particular level. Okay, so this 119, 120 area. Okay, so I might want to keep an eye on that. And if it pull back, maybe we see something, maybe come back down to this, 112, 113 area here, this level as a test of support. And on some of the gold miner ETF, the GDX, you could also see the GDF again. You see this, bottom and candle here, this doji, and if we flip that also and see how that looked like on a top type of basis, you can see, right, it's just like a hangman doji here. Then we got a gap down on the following day with a gap down hangman, right? Then all of a sudden we got another gap down, right? So those are pretty bearish type of a candle formation. But if we flip it back to a normal, then you could look at it as pretty bullish formation, right? That's why you see that, it's just kind of building up that energy to just push out of that bottom there. Okay, so maybe it's not the bottom, but certainly it does look like it's a near-term bottom for gold and the gold miner. So we expect to see a little bit more, higher prices to come. Not saying that it's just going to shoot straight up. We might get a little consolidation here because, especially on Friday, it's just humongous sort of a run up there. Right, so we might see this 20, level, coming up here, and then possibly get up to this level here, the 22. Okay, that's for the GDX. And if we look at the the 3X, okay, the Ultra. Now, if you do day trading, I mean, this particular ETF, what I believe at one time it was up 20% on Friday. So, but these are very fast trading, instrument. So unless you are doing day trading, and you got fast finger, I certainly don't advise people go and try to chase these guys, and especially not to try to carry it overnight and that kind of stuff, because if we do get an overnight type of drop on gold prices, when it open up, you might get, big surprise, because these are 3 times the normal, GDX, value here. So, and then the junior gold miner also display the similar type of characteristic. You can see, it's a similar type of formation there on the bottom. Got a little doji, inverted hammer here, and then we got a gap up. So, kind of sell off a little bit on a pullback. Then got another shooting star doji down here, inverted hammer. Then we got an engulfing candle here. So essentially, if you look at it right now, you're basically, sitting somewhere around this 26 area, and probably see it to maybe make itself up and try to test these level here. Right, possibly, get at these level. Okay. Okay, so those are some of the level to kind of keep an eye on as this thing rally back up. Okay, so definitely maybe if it come down, probably come down and test this level. I'd be surprised that we get this, test this low. If we do, then maybe this is just a false, dead cat rally or something like that. But again, don't be surprised to see this come down. If it come down, essentially, it could just set up a double bottom here, right? So basically, it's just like this, right? It's a little bit of a W. Okay, that too is also could be bullish, right? As long as it doesn't go below, right? Down here like this, then we're in trouble, right? If we take out this this low, right? Okay. So just bear in mind on these things, and we're basically just guessing on probability, right? Looking at candle formation, that sort of thing, and price structure, price action. Okay, so basically that's it for this weekend. Good luck on your trading next week.